Hi, I'm so glad you tuned in to the review of Super Mama. Today we will be looking at seasons and balance. How to balance your life in the various seasons of your life. The narrative of Super Mama at the point where she was presented to us in Proverbs 31 would have been at her peak, because we were told about all the things that she had already achieved. So we were not given the details of how she got there, how her life was at when her children were young and all that. We're not given the details of all that. She was just presented to us at the peak of her life when she had gained all these great things. I believe that it would have taken a process and a long period of time for her to get there. So as mothers desiring to achieve all that God has placed in our hearts, we must understand seasons and timings. We cannot just do everything at the same time. Yes, this book shows us that we can achieve all-round success and have it all, but it doesn't mean that all that must be done at the same time or the same seasons. Our life as a whole is made up of various seasons, and there is a priority that each season would have. There is a focus for each season, and our ability to discern the seasons and know what each one of them require is what is going to make us successful. I believe that is exactly what Super Mama did. When her children were young, I don't think she was about, merchandising and doing business and politics and all that. I don't think so. We are told that she knew how to use her hands. So I believe that during the early years of her children, she would focus on the children, because she raised some really good children who we are told were well covered and well taken care of, and they were praising her. They were happy because they had a good mother. She took good care of them. If she was out and about chasing money, doing even ministry, if she was out and about doing those things, at the expense of her family, I don't think her children would be happy clapping for her. They would have missed her involvement in their lives, and that wouldn't be their story. They wouldn't be clapping for her. So I believe that during the early stages of her life, she took time to look after her children. So we must know the seasons that we are in. What season are you in? Is it time for you to focus on family or to build your business? Is it time for you to launch out, or is it time for you to just wait a bit and build your home? We need to know these things and not rush. Our life as a whole will come together at the end. So if you are not where your friends are, for whatever reason, don't be worried and say that you have to get it by all means. Yes, you have to get it by all righteous means. Do it right. Do it God's way. Be patient and you will get there. The story of Super Mama tells us that she really valued and harnessed the various seasons of her life. And that is what gave her the great level of success that she achieved. I believe she took time to nurture relationships. We are told that she stretched her hands to the poor. She might have even engaged in some volunteering work. There are seasons in our lives when we cannot be out there engaged in full-time work, but we can do something. We can volunteer in the church, in our community. So you need to discern the season you are in and make the most of it, just as she did. Talking about understanding seasons also means that there may be sacrifice involved. Like I mentioned earlier on, you may see your friends going high in career, in business, ministry, and you, probably because your children are young or because you need to make some more time for your home, you are not able to do the same things that they are doing. Don't worry about that. Focus on the right thing and trust God. Once you are done with that season of your life, the opportunity will come for you to also excel and do other things in life. In my book, Wisdom for Mothers, I talk about harnessing the season of our active mothering whilst we are looking after our little ones. It doesn't mean that we neglect our vision or whatever God has placed in our heart to do. We set that before us. We prepare ourselves during that season so that when that season changes, we are all set up, we are well prepared and ready to launch into the next phase because we made good use of that season. So as a mother who wants to excel and to add super to your mama, you must understand seasons. Seasons. Harness the various seasons. Every season has a focus. Discern it and maximize it. For instance, the seasons when your children are young is a season for you to pour into them and also to prepare yourself for the next phase. You may be in obscurity, nobody will be seeing you, but as you invest in yourself, you invest in your children, you realize that when the time comes for you to shine, you will shine bright. So understand seasons and maximize it. And I'll leave you with this. All that must be done are not meant to be done at the same time. Give yourself grace. Know the season you are in. Make the most of it and prepare yourself for the next phase, and you will do well. Thank you so much for listening to me and joining me in this review. I trust that you have been blessed greatly by it. I encourage you to get a copy of the book, because there's so much in there that I can't just share in the few minutes that I have with you here. Go ahead and like the video, share with somebody so that they will also be blessed. Thank you for joining me, and see you again soon.